Welcome to this week's episode of Sisters Declassified. We're replaying our very first episode to give all the new faces a chance to catch up. Whether you've been rocking with us from day one or just joined, this is the perfect throwback to where it all started. And don't miss it, we've got a special announcement dropping in the next episode, so make sure to stay tuned. Thank you for your support. We love growing with y'all. All right, let's get into it.
I think what we see in the media a lot is either best friend sisters or sisters who fight, and we were neither. And so, like, how do you kind of share that representation of sisters who are just kind of just there? Who's easier to annoy? Are you throwing gleams?
Okay. You took it how you wanted to take it.
Who's more likely to act out in public? Who's a more dramatic sister?
So you hear the name Sisters Declassified, you assume that these are two best friend sisters getting together to talk about the stuff they normally talk about but just on camera. That's not the case. There's that drama.
This is Sisters Declassified, the podcast where
Taylor
and Taryn,
your virtual sisters, share experiences, insights, and of course the juicy secrets that never leave the sister circle.
from navigating the millennial rat race to untangling the complexities of relationships.
We've got you, sis.
The bond between sisters
By blood or by choice.
uplifts and empowers.
So
shh, listen up. The Declassified combos are starting now.
Hello guys. This is going to be a very interesting podcast because it's already episode 1, and did you see how she was looking at me? No, I'm just kidding. I'm not. Hi, welcome to Sisters Declassified. Where we're going to see why are we looking like that?
Like what?
Annoyed.
I'm listening.
Alright. Hi, welcome to Sisters Declassified. We are Taylor,
And Taryn.
and you're joining us as we take our podcast journey. We thought we'd start today by doing a sister tag so that you guys can get to know us and we can get to know you. Well, you're not really getting to know, you know what I'm trying to say. You know. Bear with us, episode 1, woo! Also, I'm sorry, I need something to do with my hands, so the mic's in my hands. We'll see how that goes. Could be annoying. I could forget I have it in my hand.
Very likely.
But yeah, bear with us. But yeah, we'll jump into our sister tag and then we'll kind of talk about some other stuff.
In case they don't know, what is the sister tag?
Okay, so the sister tag is where we like both ask a question, or I ask one question and we say who's most likely to do it.
Got it.
We have these little papers here. Purple is Taryn, blue is Taylor.
So if you're watching the podcast, you'll be able to play along with us and get a visual cue for who chooses what.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Alright, I have the questions on my phone. So the first one is, who's most likely to sleep in? Started easy, I think. Let's see. 1, 2, 3.
It's Taryn. It's me. I like my sleep. I stay up late.
I also just don't know how to sleep in. It's never been something that my body allowed.
So sad for you.
It's okay. I can lay in bed all day.
Just
Alright.
awake though.
It's the lovely existence. Who's the louder sister? I don't know. I think it's
3. You gotta put your answer up first. 3.
You saw.
I did.
3, 2, 1.
1.
But see, I don't think I'm very loud.
But you're louder than me, and that's the question.
I guess. I picked myself because I felt like that's what other people would say. But I don't know that that's true.
Then explain.
Because for the most part, I sit in the house and I don't make no noise. I feel like you be talking.
But I think in like the context of the question and the way that people think about the question, you're in a situation where you need to get your point across, or you have a strong opinion about something, you'll be the louder person.
No, that doesn't even sound true. Because I don't argue.
Well,
with
then
nobody.
why did we put you?
I think it's my spirit. I have a loud energy.
Okay. Next question.
All right. Who's the Instagram foodie? Which happened.
Okay.
I deleted all my posts. Anyway, I guess I give away 1, 2, 3. It's Taylor.
It is Taylor.
But I guess kind of foodie. Instagram vegan foodie.
Yeah.
That still makes you a foodie.
You made a whole food page.
Yeah. But as I just said, I deleted all my posts. But
Your TikTok.
I do have my TikTok now, but my Instagram, it's dead. So that's alright. Follow me, intentionality. T spelled with, like, T. Alright.
Sip.
Who would be better at Family Feud?
Oh.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3.
Did you put me? Because you should have. Yes.
I did.
I watched probably more than I care to admit.
But I used to play Family Feud on Nana's computer once a week.
You might have, but mine is fresh. We watch this daily, a couple hours a day, me and Steve, on the Game Show Network on YouTube
Who's
TV.
Steve?
See?
Oh,
She
you
already
and
lost.
Steve Harvey. You watch you and Steve.
She already lost.
See, no, I just didn't understand. I thought you were like you and Steve Harvey, like, no, not Harvey. You and Steve, like, sit and watch. Anyway.
You already lost.
I know Steve Harvey. Anyway. And I know fun facts, so I would win. But, next question. Who's the more dramatic sister? 1, 2, 3. I picked
you.
I think that people would say me.
Really?
I think people would say me because I am a lot. But I think that you, in terms of like, who's going to sit and cry? Not me.
Is that dramatic?
Yes. Because what you're crying over.
I feel like I just emote. Is that being dramatic? Is that the same thing?
Yes.
Mm,
Sometimes.
but not all the time.
Right.
I think I just feel my feelings, and it's okay if other people see them. But
I
like,
think that that's fine too, but also, when am I being dramatic?
I feel like you're often theatrical.
I was in
Maybe-
drama.
Right. Like, maybe not with like people you don't know, but with your family and friends, you will twirl around. You definitely are dramatic.
I put on shows. Anyway.
Yeah. It's Taylor.
Thanks. Let's see. Who's more likely to act out in public? I don't really know what I meant by that when I wrote that down. Act out in public.
Well,
Let's just see what we get.
I think it depends on what we mean by act out. Like, act out like show ass. Act out like get crazy drunk and have a wild night. Do we mean
Are you throwing blame? That's what I'm saying.
you took it how you wanted to take it?
We'll just say in general, and you can explain your answer.
Okay.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Did we both
Okay.
put you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was not throwing shots. I was simply trying to make sure we were speaking the same language.
But I think the only time that I would say that's different is I think you would act out more over like service, like that you receive, or like somebody like doing something that annoyed you, or if you felt disrespected.
If I felt disrespected, I definitely would speak.
Yeah, I
But-
think you would act out more in public in that instance than me.
But I think that's a very specific situation. If we take overall, I feel like, again, to the like dramatic theatrical thing, I think you're more perceived that way than me for some reason.
I think that's only true in our family, but I don't know. We'll see.
If you know us,
If you know us, tell us. Right?
Right.
Because I want to know. Because I don't act out. Anyway.
Now, I don't know if we want to be honest.
I am being honest.
You don't act out. You don't show out. It's actually so
That's
it's like
my alter ego,
it's like your
and I don't know
theater.
her actually.
It's like your theater on 10. It's when that's you acting out.
I don't recall.
That's part of it.
All right. Who was the honor student? Sounds tricky.
I don't think it is actually.
We'll see. 3, 2, 1. But see,
It's not. Go ahead.
I think I became the honor student. I think we had cycles.
Yes, I think there were maybe some seasons. I think I got credit for being a good student, even though I really wasn't. And then when I got to high school and I actually had to work to do the work, my true student identity came through, if that makes sense. Like, I still took AP classes. Like, I didn't
I didn't touch an AP class in high school. That's what I keep trying to tell you. I don't know what you thought I was doing at O'Dowd. I was remedial.
Oh. Well, then, yes, we switched places in higher education.
Basketball, yeah, not 4.0. Okay, anyway. Next. Just kidding. I'm not kidding. Okay. I guess that's dramatics.
Mm-hmm.
Who's easier to annoy? Let's see.
That's kind of tough.
3, 2, 1.
I cheated.
Said you.
I feel like you're easily irritated.
I think I'm only easily annoyed by 2 people.
3?
3 people.
It's like, keep it fair. I am fine. I'll
take
take
it.
it.
Hurt people's feelings.
I don't. I am always irritated. I live in a state of irritation. Let the smallest thing deviate from what I believed needed to happen or was going to happen. I will talk about it for about 5 to 10 minutes.
Or 30.
5 to 10 minutes, and then the next thing will make me mad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm glad you can own that.
Yeah, I'm aware. What I need from people though is to know that it's about me, and that I'm not usually irritated at them unless they like did something to me. People always take it so personally.
Well, I mean, is that fair?
Is it fair? We can talk about it later.
Who did the most chores at home? That's
3, 1, 2, 3.
Taylor. I begged and begged for my mom to tell Taryn to clean.
I was busy.
Happened once a week. And then she did it clean.
I was busy.
All right, who's more likely to believe in the supernatural? I know, tricky. Let's see. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I think myself, but I think both.
I think I am very open to the idea of lots of things, actually. But I think you explore it more. I'm more like, if I come across a different perspective or a spiritual thought, cool. She seeks it.
Yeah, they believe I have say on things in my room. And maybe I do.
Who is they?
You guys,
It was your mother.
and you went on right with her.
I think I just thought it was funny to egg her on.
She's like, are you burning down the house? Maybe. Alright. Anyway, last question. Let's see. Who'd be more likely to take selfies out of the blue? Alright.
Oh, this one's not hard.
Yes. 3, 2, 1.
It's
Taryn.
me.
Yes.
I was taking selfies just before we started.
She had 3 cameras up and I was like, for what? But,
Gotta hit every angle.
yeah.
The content game is real.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, we picked Taryn because why? Oh, why did we pick you, Taryn?
Because oh, that was awkward.
Was it? It was only awkward. You could have answered.
I know, I froze. Because it is uncomfortable sometimes for me to say it. I'm still working through my imposter syndrome. But I'm a content creator. I create content. I wish to get paid more, but they do pay me a little bit.
Okay. I mean, checks are checks, right?
Checks are checks. And I don't just like tell you to go buy a bunch of clothes or stuff you don't need. I like to usually work with brands or companies that are working towards social good. So it's harder, I think, to find money in that space, especially as a small creator, but that's the path I'm taking.
And to, I think, figure out what your value is, too.
Yeah.
And I guess that kind of gives us a segue into what we were going to talk about today, which is who we are, what brings us here, and why you should watch Sisters Declassified every week.
There's that drama.
Okay, I think that's not drama, that's
Theatrics.
It's energy. Okay. But yeah, so you were saying, what about your content?
Well, when you brought up the idea of the podcast to me, I first just thought it was like your podcast, the thing you wanted to do, and didn't realize it was something you wanted to do and cultivate together. So I think the content creator in me, one, was excited about thinking about the marketing funnel and just like how we would build it. Of course, the conversations are going to be good too, but I think I was excited about testing out some of the skills I've learned over the years and creating content for myself, because it has been really challenging. And I think part of my struggle is that I'm still learning who I am, and so creating content about myself when I'm still learning about myself is difficult. And so I'm excited about the idea of creating a podcast for women like us and working on it with you and putting my like content marketing skills into something a little further outside of me, right? This still involves me. It's still about us and our lives as sisters and as young people, but I think it'll be an exciting challenge. So that's why I'm excited to give back in this way.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
I'm still trying to figure that out. I honestly want to do a podcast for fun more than anything. And most of the things I don't know how to do. So I was like, Taryn, let's do a podcast together. And she was like, great, what's going to be your role? And I said all these things I was going to do, but yikes. All right. But no, on top of that, I just think that it's a good way for me to learn how to cultivate my voice. I'm a therapist, but sometimes I get some imposter syndrome, and I think it's hard for me to find value in the things I say out loud. So this gives me an opportunity to flex that muscle and practice it, but also maybe to inspire other people to learn how to strengthen and cultivate their voice too. And I know this is in a public way rather than doing it in a way that's like more just for me. But I think that that's my main issue, is that I can make all my points and think for myself when I'm alone, but it's hard for me to do that and share it with other people. So that's what I'd like to do here. And on top of that, like I mentioned, I'm a therapist, so I'm hoping that we can share some mental health things. I like holistic practices, so I'd love to share that, and like hopefully we can get people on that will talk to us about that kind of lifestyle. Also, we're both trying to get our money up, so we'd love to figure out some financial avenues to improve ourselves and create generational wealth, and hopefully help y'all do the same. Honestly, we could probably have our dad come on here and talk about it, how long he sits on the phone talking to us.
These cannot be the same paychecks our co-workers are raising their kids on.
Absolutely not.
I don't understand.
We don't have kids, and we're not broke, so let me not say that, because that would be a lie. But like, I couldn't imagine having a child right now. But that could be a topic for another day. We're just trying to come here and just let y'all know who we are and why we're here, and hopefully y'all can join us on this journey. We're trying to share more things and be more vulnerable, because that's also a superpower that we should all be more open to. I feel like we grew up in the careless era.
Oh yes, cold-hearted.
Literally,
No
I think people
box.
on Instagram, or no, it was probably MySpace back in the day, their names were like careless, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I would like us to get over that, but I think we decided we didn't care for so long that now being vulnerable feels wrong. So, yeah, that was a lot. But yeah, that's what I'm here for.
Beautiful.
Let's see. Was there anything else we wanted to share for this episode? Oh yeah, so that's kind of what brought us here. But then we also, another reason that brought us here was just that our relationship dynamic, or the desire to cultivate that. We're 4 years apart, so that gives you some information.
I'm the oldest.
Yeah, I'm the youngest.
So you hear the name Sisters Declassified, you assume that these are two best friend sisters getting together to talk about the stuff they normally talk about, but just on camera. That's not the case. That is not to say that we don't love each other, we don't have each other's back. We do. Don't play. But we're 4 years apart, and I think as the oldest sibling, I always thought this is a baby. There are certain things we are not going to talk about that we won't do together, and I don't know if that was the best approach, but that's just like how it was. And then with our different sports and commitments during after school time, we just honestly didn't spend a lot of time together.
Not really.
I think the pandemic and living together at our mom's house is what gave us time to get to know each other as adults better. And in that time, we realized there's still more to learn. So,
and just also wanting to share that side with people, because I think what we see in the media a lot is either best friend sisters or sisters who fight, and we were neither. And so, like, how do you kind of share that representation of sisters who are just kind of just there? Not in a, I don't know, that sounds so bad, but like not in a bad way. There was no beef. Right, we just lived in the same world, but like we're doing different things. And so kind of seeing how do you cultivate that relationship now and it not be awkward or uncomfortable, or maybe sharing things from the past that we didn't say that maybe could be helpful to help prepare, which I think we kind of already did behind closed doors, but I'm open to sharing in another episode. So Yeah, I think that's kind of our dynamic. I would say we've gotten closer recently. We've been trying to film this episode for a while, so that's helped too.
The last thing I'll say is just about the name. I feel like we didn't really talk about it.
Oh, you're right. So not really. So Sisters Declassified. Clearly, we used to like to watch TV quite a bit, and Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide was one of those shows.
Top tier.
That we used to watch. It's pretty cringy at this point. I can't even lie, but
and they have a podcast now.
I know, I've seen it a couple times, or like clips of it on TikTok. But yeah, so we are just trying to kind of declassify our relationship, our conversations, because the word declassify means to like uncover, right, or to figure out, to just discover something or something that's hidden. So that can mean so many different things for us. Sometimes it might be declassifying our relationship. Other times it could be that we're uncovering something about society or something about our mental health or something about
relationships.
Yeah, relationships, whether that's with your partner or your friends or relationships with your parents, anything like that. So ultimately, declassified means that we're just trying to share about topics that maybe people aren't always talking about, and letting you guys in on that. So, yeah. Thanks for joining us today, and see you next time.